It starts with a moment we've all had. You sit there, staring at your to-do list, your dreams, your plans, knowing exactly what needs to be done, but you don't move. You think about it. You analyze. You plan. And then, nothing. The hours slip by, the days roll into weeks, and those ambitions remain just that. Thoughts in your head, never stepping into reality. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You'll wait for the right time. You just need a little more information, a little more motivation. But what if that's the very thing holding you back? What if thinking is the problem? Now, let me ask you something. How often do you find yourself trapped in endless cycles of overthinking? How many times have you analyzed a decision so much that you ended up taking no action at all? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to move effortlessly, achieving their goals while you feel stuck in a loop of hesitation? What if the key to getting more done, to living the life you want, isn't about thinking harder, but about thinking less? This is the core idea behind Think Less, Do More, a powerful guide to breaking free from the paralysis of overthinking and stepping into a life of action. And as we walk through the essence of this book, I want you to picture yourself in these ideas, because this isn't just a summary, it's an invitation. An invitation to step beyond the mind's hesitation and into the life you're meant to create. Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board, the water below shimmering, inviting. Your heart races. You've seen others dive in. You know how it works. Yet you stand there calculating, predicting, fearing. What if I fall wrong? What if it's too deep? What if I'm not ready? And then someone beside you simply jumps. No hesitation. No second guessing. Just action. And as they break through the surface, they rise with a smile, while you still stand there, contemplating. This is the difference between those who move forward in life and those who remain stuck. The difference between overthinking and doing. At the heart of this book lies a simple truth. Action precedes clarity. You don't figure things out by thinking about them endlessly. You figure them out by doing. The greatest entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, and creators didn't wait until they had every answer. They started, stumbled, learned, adjusted, and kept moving. The mind tricks us into believing we need to be fully ready before we begin. But in reality, readiness is a myth. Clarity doesn't come before action. It comes because of it. Think about the first time you learned to ride a bike. Did you sit down with a manual, watching videos for weeks, making sure you fully understood the physics of balance? No. You got on. You wobbled. You fell. You adjusted. And then suddenly you were riding. That's how life works. But somewhere along the way, we unlearn this natural approach and start believing we must have certainty before we act. We wait for confidence, for motivation, for some sign that tells us we're ready. And in waiting, we waste the most precious resource we have, time. So what keeps us stuck in this loop of inaction? Fear. The fear of failure. The fear of judgment. The fear that we're not good enough. But here's the truth. Failure is inevitable. You will fail. You will make mistakes. But failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the pathway to it. Every person who has ever achieved anything remarkable has failed more times than they can count. The difference? They didn't let failure stop them. They saw it as feedback, as a lesson, as fuel to keep going. Now consider this. You're on your deathbed, looking back at your life. What will you regret more? The things you did that didn't work out? Or the things you never did at all? The relationships you never pursued? The business you never started? The book you never wrote? The trip you never took because you were waiting for the perfect moment? Regret isn't born from failure. It's born from never trying. One of the most powerful insights from Think Less, Do More is that your mind is not always your friend. It is a storyteller, a master at weaving tales of what could go wrong, of why you're not ready, of why it's safer to stay where you are. But just because your mind says something doesn't mean it's true. When you recognize that thoughts are just thoughts, not instructions, you gain the power to act despite them. Let's talk about habits. Small, consistent actions compound into massive results over time. You don't build a fit body in a week. You build it by showing up to the gym, day after day, even when you don't feel like it. You don't write a book in one sitting. You write one page, then another, then another. The secret to getting more done isn't found in grand gestures. It's found in small, relentless steps forward. Think about a rocket launching into space. Most of its fuel is burned in the first few minutes, overcoming inertia, breaking through Earth's gravitational pull. But once it's moving, once momentum is on its side, it takes far less effort to keep going. The hardest part is the start. But once you start, momentum carries you forward. So how do you break free from overthinking? First, lower the stakes. We often make decisions feel life or death when they're not. We obsess over making the right choice, but in most cases, there is no perfect choice, only a choice that leads to learning and growth. Second, set a short deadline. Give yourself 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, whatever it takes, to make a decision and act before doubt creeps in. Third, embrace imperfection. Waiting for perfection is the enemy of progress. The most successful people in the world don't do things perfectly, they do them consistently. And finally, redefine failure. Every time you fail, you learn. Every setback is a stepping stone. Every mistake is a lesson. The only real failure is in never trying. As you finish listening to this, I want you to ask yourself one thing. What is something you've been putting off? Something you've been thinking about for too long? A goal, a dream, a step you know you need to take? Now decide. Not tomorrow. Not later. Right now. Take the first step, however small. Because the life you want, the success you crave, the dreams you hold, they are not waiting for you in the realm of thought. They are waiting for you in the realm of action. Think less. Do more. And watch how your life transforms. If you like this summary, consider subscribing to our channel. Your support gives us the motivation to keep creating more engaging content.